Syrian refugees in Turkey make compassionate giving to help affected residents in Africa. The Vietnamese American volunteers fund Tzu Chi Texas Chapter visit Dharma Master Cheng Yen in Hualien. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Sue. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chi's compassion and care for flood survivors in Eastern Africa has led to activities in a total of 52 countries and regions around the world. Even Syrian refugees living in Turkey who have almost nothing have contributed. In just over 2 weeks, this group donated more than $2,700.
Gratefulness is wisdom, giving is compassion. Syrian people, even if their life is very difficult, continue to have a grateful heart. They do their part to join the effort to help distant friends in East Africa, sending our compassion.
The scene here today is all displaced refugees from Syria currently living in Turkey. Originally, they all received assistance from Tzu Chi, but upon learning about the disaster in East Africa and the need for urgent assistance, these refugees quickly donated funds into the bamboo coin bank. In just half a month of fundraising, these Syrian refugees donated more than 15,000 lira, or the equivalent of $2,700. Learning that many make a meager daily salary in Turkey, the amount they contributed is incredible.
There are 9 people in my family, but only one person has a job. I'm old, my feet are disabled. However, when I see the flooding in East Africa, I know that they need more help than us.
Thanks to Tzu Chi for taking care of us for more than 4 years. Thanks to Tzu Chi for giving me the opportunity to make a donation for the disaster survivors in Africa.
Syrian refugees are in a very difficult position, but they are still willing to help. Africans are suffering even more because these refugees have had this experience. They have more empathy and concern. Therefore, the cycle of goodness can go on, and the seeds of goodness will continue.
Omer and the 4 other volunteers are Syrian refugees, but they have also been paid a stipend for a 5-year period. I feel very happy because I can donate on behalf of other brothers and sisters from Syria. Every time I come here, it seems to be something like a hometown reunion. The love and compassion that these people share for a moment lets them forget that they are refugees, simply people who have the ability to love others.
In Zimbabwe, the first large-scale aid distribution in Kopa was completed. Before leaving, Tzu Chi volunteers have expressed their gratitude toward the local volunteers who are being assisting with the distribution work. Their compassionate giving deeply touched Tzu Chi volunteers.
The cyclone-affected residents carefully listened to volunteers' instruction on how to use the Jinsi multi-purpose folding bed. Now they don't have to sleep on the ground anymore.
From here, it's about 12 kilometers. We come here by footing. It's about 3 hours. Although it is heavy, it's the way what we have to do because we could not transport at the moment because of the roads.
Solomon is a volunteer, but at the same time, he's one of the affected residents. Around 30 local volunteers who face the same situation as him have assisted with the aid distribution.
The military unit only distributed the food supplies once. They told us that they cannot hold another distribution because we've already received the supplies. But the problem is, the food is not enough for my family of 6 to eat. How do we survive? I'm glad that Tzu Chi came here to help us. I hope I can help Tzu Chi volunteers as well.
The local volunteers help other affected residents to receive the supplies first, and they were the last one to receive them. Tzu Chi volunteers were inspired by their compassionate giving. They have expressed their gratitude toward them. The spirit of great love will surely remain in their hearts as well.
In our next report, we'll meet a substitute teacher at Tzu Chi Romana school. Each year, he trains students in parade drill competitions. He's admired by his students. Before, he struggled because his parents are from Haiti and they did not have an ID. Fortunately, he was able to enter the Tzu Chi School to complete his studies and has been able to change his destiny.
I often wonder if these people will be like without this school. Maybe they will become criminals and maybe someone who has no future. Fortunately, with this school, children began to have dreams and began planning for their future.
The Dominican Republic is one of the wealthiest island nations in the Caribbean. La Romana is a famous tourist destination, and compared to neighboring countries like Haiti, is full of opportunities. More than 30 years ago, Wilfredo's parents moved to this place near the landfill. They had no IDs, and he was born here, though the government did not recognize him. Without an ID card, these children are not recognized. At the annual parade formation competition, he's the instructor. He asks students to follow his instruction, raising their heads and obeying his discipline. A physical education teacher values self-discipline and hired him as a teaching assistant.
Wilfredo is very responsible in his work. He met when I was here for the first year. I was in need of an assistant, and he helped me guide the children.
Living up to expectations in the squad competition, they won the championship, along with glory for the school. From being a student at the Tzu Chi School to becoming the teacher, in 2015 he was certified as a Tzu Chi commissioner. In the school and in the community, he has been an important seed of love.
I often say that without rich people, there's no money. And without poor people, there's nothing to pay. Maybe I don't have the ability to help others with money, but I have knowledge. I can pass on my knowledge.
At the 20th anniversary of the Dominican Republic Tzu Chi Liaison Office, a special sign language song team was composed of students, the youngest member being his daughter.
She is willing to participate because she likes it, and we practice it at home. When I was guiding others, she would watch and practice on the side. Later, I allow her to join the team.
I like to play hide and seek and other games. I hope that in the future I'll become a teacher like my father.
She likes to play with the dolls and also likes to take care of sick people. I have a hunch that she will become a doctor in the future.
Wilfredo is his daughter and student's role model. At school, Tzu Chi taught him to find his true value in life, as he wants to teach others. Also, they regularly visit a local senior's home.
I'm very happy today. We did a sign language song on this visit to the senior's home today.
Wilfredo also teaches us to do many things. If we do something wrong, he will correct us.
Tzu Chi is planting good seeds which are taking root and growing stronger and inspiring the next generation.
We are like seeds, and in the future we will become a tree that will bear fruit. Fruit is like love, full of compassion and kindness, to be a tree that contributes to society. This is teaching that I have been given by Tzu Chi.
A group of medical graduate students from a university in Sweden visited a recycling station in Kaohsiung Jingsi Hall. During the visit, they learned more about Tzu Chi's missions, such as environmental protection and medical services.
The graduate students of medicine sciences in Uppsala University, Sweden, paid a visit to the recycling station. While listening to the volunteers' explanation, the student not only took notes, they also asked many questions. Here, the student was touched by recycling volunteers' devotion.
Mostly that everyone here do it voluntarily for free. So that's very touching, that they show that they truly love their country here in Taiwan.
After seeing the eco-friendly products, the students also have broadened their vision.
Okay, and then you carry. Tell me how light it is.
It's very light.
It's very light.
It's very light.
Yeah, I like them. They were really useful. They were easy to use, and it was something that you could use every day, and it's really needed.
Tzu Chi has put lots of efforts into international medical services and diplomacy. They have been helping people suffering from disasters. As you can see, Tzu Chi plays an important role for Taiwan and in international organizations.
We hope these students can share one of Tzu Chi's concepts back home, which is given without seeking anything in return.
Volunteers hope all the students can learn something valuable from today's visit. In addition, they hope students can use what they learned to help people in need.
The Vietnamese American city volunteers from Tzu Chi Texas Chapter have visited both Tzu Chi University and Jingsi Abode. These visitors met up with Dharma Master Cheng Yen, who encouraged them to care for the needy in the United States. In addition, the reporters of American TV station also joined in. Through TV programs, they hope to spread the spirit of great love.
A group of 20 U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers from Texas who are Vietnamese Americans have visited the Jingsi Abode and Tzu Chi University in Hualien to know more about Tzu Chi.
The most impressed me that the kindness and warm welcoming, hospitality from everybody here, volunteers. So made me feel like they are practicing what Master Cheng Yen teachings.
The reporters of a local television station, ABTV, also joined them. Back when Hurricane Katrina and Harvey have devastated Texas, Tzu Chi volunteers' footprints can be seen at the disaster sites, and it had deeply touched them.
There's only one thing that struck my mind: pure one heart, that's our heart, before pure other. And that will be continue to free other humankind.
At the Jingsi Abode, the visitors have interacted with Dharma Master Cheng Yen. For them, it's like coming back home.
希望慈济在美国，尤其是各位在德州，还是很期待各位菩萨永恒的来支持的慈济，在美国的社会去关怀呢苦难需要我们帮助的。 这要靠大家爱的力量。
The visitors' minds were purified during the visit, and they vowed to continue to spread great love in their country of residence.
Tzu Chi U.S. headquarters started distributing free food and vegetables every month at an elementary school in California since 2018. When the volunteers went there again recently, they received a drawing of appreciation from the students.
Very esteemed.
While 275 families are waiting in line, an appreciation card is given to Tzu Chi volunteers.
It's 1 year from March last year to this year. We have been giving a lot of help to this area. Thousands of families need help here. I'm thankful that the superintendent of the school district, board members, the principal, members of the Lions Club and Rotary Club, church members, and volunteers from water companies always join us regularly and help.
Low-income families in Lowland School District struggle to make ends meet because of rising inflation.
They struggle financially, they struggle with food insecurity. It's very hard to keep food on the table. They have to make very difficult choices at the end of the month when money is short. Their food stamps don't always last, and this food distribution helps tremendously keeping their families healthy. So we're so grateful. And we know from a school perspective, if our students are hungry, they are not learning at their best potential. And so having this opportunity and allowing our families to come and to gather some food staples to help stretch their food budget is immensely wonderful, and we're so proud to be a part of this partnership.
Every month when the DaAi mobile food pantry arrives at the school, The volunteers give out so many vegetables, fruits, and canned food that the parents' hands are filled.
Here's a baby for you.
CEO Hank Huang and his wife became the super nannies to help these families pick up food.
Did you see yourself there?
These adorable children also delight the volunteers.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Tzu Chi Philippine chapter hosts monthly distribution events for care recipients. This time they've also invited firefighters to share the importance of fire prevention. Trisha, who suffered from scoliosis, went on stage. She thanked volunteers for helping her to undergo a surgery in Taiwan.
In August last year, Tzu Chi volunteers purposely made a trip to visit Trisha on Boho Island. Her scoliosis had impacted her mobility. Luckily, she had undergone a successful surgery in Taiwan last November, and now she's able to stand straight on the stage with her mother and express her gratitude with songs.
The Tzu Chi Foundation is
I'm thankful to Tzu Chi. Volunteers are kind and compassionate. They help anyone that's in need of assistance.
Trisha's testimony has encouraged Michael. In the past year, the tumor on his left face has grown bigger and bigger. Tzu Chi is also planning to send him to Taiwan for medical treatment.
I thank Tzu Chi deeply because I can't afford the surgery costs and I need to work hard for my family.
If we don't help them, people from impoverished families like Trisha and Michael will have no hope. That's why we are trying to bring them some hope.
Tzu Chi Philippines chapter provided both material and mental support on the monthly distribution event for care recipients. This time, firefighters were also invited to teach the importance of fire prevention, hoping to avoid another fire accident.
In Malaysia, Tzu Chi's free clinics in Purdue Village have entered its 20th year. Local Tzu Chi volunteers have never stopped delivering love and care during all these years. Recently, volunteers have gone back to distribute sasha inchi plants for the villagers.
In 1999, Kopa Tzu Chi volunteers started to conduct free clinics at the Purdue Village, providing high-quality medical care for the impoverished villagers. 20 years have passed, and this time volunteers came to deliver sasha inchi plants, hoping to provide the villagers a chance to be self-sustainable.
By using the cold press method, you can extract oil from the sasha inchi seeds, and the factory that makes it is located in Johor. Sasha inchi is a tropical plant. The seeds itself are packed with nutrients. Today we're introducing this special plant to the residents because we're hoping that they can grow them themselves. If they can successfully do this, then they can sell it in the market to earn some income. This is a plant that has many health benefits as well.
The
sasha inchi plant has also medicinal purposes. After growing them, we can also turn them into various health supplements.
In the kitchen, volunteers and villagers are busy preparing meals together. They're cooking various vegetarian Thai dishes. The atmosphere is filled with joy.
I enjoy coming here to volunteer. It's good to care for others, especially long-term care. I believe this is a good way to promote vegetarianism. Letting everyone eat more vegetables is a good thing, and it's good for our planet as well.
2 months ago, a Dharma Master had paid a visit to the Jingsi Hall. When he went back to his village, he invited the villagers to start doing recycling.
It was my first time visiting the Jingsi Hall. When I was there, I saw the volunteers sorting the PET bottles, glass, various plastic, and paper. After I came back, I told the villagers that we should do recycling together and give the recyclable goods to Tzu Chi. I had asked the villagers to sort all the items and bring them to the temple. Everything was donated to Tzu Chi to do good deeds. It's great that we can contribute a little bit of ourselves.
A senior Tzu Chi volunteer who was devoted to the free clinics at the Purdue Village sadly passed away due to illness. Recently, her family members went to give the villagers a group photo back when they visited the Jingsi Hall together. 20 years of non-stop love and care have brought both the volunteers and villagers closer than ever.
In our next report, we'll meet Tzu Chi volunteer Guo Liming. He has been giving environmental protection lessons in elementary schools for the past 3 years. He believes that to make our community cleaner, we must educate the children.
Tzu Chi volunteer Guo Liming uses easy and simple ways to teach children the importance of environmental protection. Guo Liming has been teaching students the concept of protecting the earth, letting students learn to prepare their own eco-utensils, as well as conserving water resources.
水不可能开太大，要开一根筷子的细，不要开太多肉类。 I
think Mr. Guo has been carrying out great lessons. He will make teaching materials to help the students understand better.
For the past 3 years, Mr. Guo has given more than 600 lessons to elementary students.
Besides having physical strength, I also need to spread environmental concepts around. In order to make our community clean, we must start with education.
Implementing environmental practices can start at a young age. This can be one step closer to a cleaner world.
In Zhonghe, there's a recycling volunteer, Mr. Ding, who's mentally challenged. Recently, he went to Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital for treatment of his head skin inflammation. The doctors found out that he has chronic diabetes as well. Besides treating him, the doctors also discussed with volunteers about how they can continue to care for Mr. Ding after he's discharged from the hospital.
出院的时候就穿这一套，院长上色的，很帅哦。跟院长谢谢。真的谢谢啊。好，感恩。感恩呐。感恩。
Superintendent Zhao Youcheng of Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital presented anti-scratch gloves, an eco T-shirt, and sends best wishes to Mr. Ding, who was hospitalized for folliculitis and cellulitis. He has the intellect of a 4-year-old child, therefore he cannot take care of himself. He does recycling at daytime and is accompanied by the volunteers. It was also the volunteers who discovered his illnesses.
When our family member is sick, we will arrange one person in the morning and one in the afternoon to help him go to the hospital. This child came from an underprivileged group, so we must take care of him.
Mr. Ding's mother passed away a long time ago, and his father lives in southern Taiwan. Usually, he does recycling at daytime, and at night, his uncle will take care of him. While he was hospitalized, the volunteers came to care for him because his uncle had to go to work. While he was hospitalized, he was diagnosed with diabetes, in which the superintendent was concerned about him after he was discharged, as who will take care of his wound, give him medication, and watch out for his diet.
Because he can't take care of himself, I wanted to ask the volunteers in the community to look after him. I believe this will make his mother feel at ease in heaven.
Mr. Ding is intellectually disabled, but with the love from his family, volunteers, and Tzu Chi's medical team, who will have a good quality of life and lives in a place filled with love and care.
In Thailand, there's a baking team formed by Tzu Chi volunteers. They made stem buns for a charity event. They hope to inspire compassionate giving to help affected residents in Africa. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.